Welcome to my views and news, another video for you with new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, Tigray. Tigray is demanding an apology from Ethiopian federal government or federal government departments. A few hours ago, Tigray Communication Affairs Bureau issued a statement. It wants action from the federal government and apology from some government wings. Secondly, viewers, Tigray Orthodox Church elected 10 bishops 2 days ago. But the future of relations between Tigray Orthodox Church and Ethiopian Orthodox Church is uncertain. A Tigray Archbishop shared a proposal a few hours ago. What is this proposal? Will this proposal be accepted by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church? Meanwhile, the main church's executive council issued a statement today in response to the election of bishops in Tigray. So, what is the proposal shared by a Tigray archbishop, and what is Orthodox Church executive council saying about the election of 10 bishops by Tigray archbishops? And thirdly, viewers, two Fano factions have united. They have formed an alliance. The two Fano factions are from an area where there has been heavy fighting this month and at the end of last month. Lastly, viewers, in the first week of next month, a big festival is going to be organized in a European country by Eritreans. Government-backed Eritrean groups are making preparations to organize this festival. Preparations are underway by opposition groups to stop this festival. A few hours ago, Brigade Nihamido activists shared a video from the location of this upcoming festival. They have shared a survey of this festival. They want to stop the upcoming festival in this European country. Firstly, viewers, Tigray is demanding an apology. Tigray Communication Affairs Bureau released a statement. The statement is about some information shared by Federal Ministry of Health on its website. Tigray Communication Affairs Bureau says that Federal Ministry of Health on its website has shown Tigray territories as part of the Amhara region. We saw a similar complaint from Tigray against Ministry of Education led by Minister Berhanu Naga of Izima party. Ministry of Education had shown Volkayet and Raya as parts of the Amhara region. Same is happening in the case of information shared by Ministry of Health, that those territories which were part of Tigray before the start of war are now being shown as the part of Amhara region. Tigray interim government is demanding correction. It says that the relevant quarters, Ministry of Health, should apologize for this mistake or this crime. Tigray is calling it a crime. This is a crime, Tigray said. So Tigray wants apology from Ministry of Health, and it wants Ethiopian federal government to intervene. It says the federal government should take action against the leadership of Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education. So, will PM Abiy's government remove those who are responsible for this information or this move by the ministries to show the territories as a part of the Amhara region? Let's see what happens. Tigray now fears that there is a pattern. Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, all are showing Tigray territories as part of Amhara region. It means maybe there is a pattern, and ministries have been briefed by some federal government officials to show these territories as part of Tigray, as part of Amhara. Federal government is silent. Federal government is in a difficult position. It does not want to be seen as a party to the dispute between Tigray and Amhara region. It wants to be a neutral mediator. It wants to show as if it has no interest in backing Tigray or Amhara, and it wants the two regional states to reach a solution. And federal government has backed some meetings between the two sides. Reportedly, Tigray leaders have held some meetings with Amhara leaders too, but no agreements could be reached regarding key issues, regarding the future status of Raya Volkayat, regarding return of IDPs, etc. So, issues are unresolved. That is why we are seeing frictions, we are seeing statements by the two sides. A few days ago, Amhara regional government proposed the idea of a referendum. The referendum should be held in Raya and Volkayat to determine the future status of these. The Amhara government did not name territories. Amhara government said that preparations were underway to hold referendum to answer people's questions about identity and border. Obviously, it means that Amhara government was proposed the idea of referendum, maybe in Raya, if not in Volkayat. But immediately after that, we saw a response. Tigray opposition parties, then Tigray interim government, they rejected the idea of referendum. Tigray said that referendum on Tigray territories will be illegal. These are Tigray territories annexed by Amhara region. So, no question, no debate that the areas are part of Tigray. Discussions can be held, but no referendum. So, Tigray rejected referendum. How will the problem be resolved then? If Tigray is not agreeing to a referendum and Amhara government is not agreeing to withdrawal of its forces from Raya and Volkayat, how will the issue be resolved? That is difficult to make a prediction about, but so far uncertainty looms. Problem is that this uncertainty can lead to some escalation because both sides are armed. Amhara region based groups are armed, they are confronting Ethiopian National Defense Force. Tigray fighters armed too. Both sides armed, both sides mobilized as well in border areas. So, sooner or later, you will have to find a solution. Otherwise, these tensions can turn into some escalation. Ethiopians cannot afford a new war. They have gone through a lot. Ethiopian economy suffered a lot, people suffered a lot, women, children, elderly, all walks of life, people from all walks of life, they suffered. No new war is acceptable for anyone in Ethiopia. That is why let's hope that there is some solution. Secondly, viewers, Tigray is proposing a solution to the stalemate between Tigray Orthodox Church and Ethiopian Orthodox Church. A Tigray Archbishop was interviewed yesterday, and there he proposed a solution. His name is Abune Petros, not the Abune Petros who is Synod Secretary General. He is Abune Petros from Tigray. He proposed a solution like Greek and Turkish churches. that Turkish patriarch is the patriarch of Greek churches too, and the two are under one patriarch, Greek and Turkish Orthodox wings. Tigray wants a similar arrangement. Tigray wants Abune Matthias to be its patriarch. At the same time, Tigray wants to be independent or semi-independent. Tigray wants to elect its own bishops. It wants the patriarch to approve the election. It does not want to be under the main synod. It wants independence, but it wants Abune Matthias to be the patriarch. It means that Abune Matthias will have to approve the election of 10 bishops, which was held in Tigray this week. Will Abune Matthias approve the election? And what is the Ethiopian Orthodox Synod going to say about this Tigray's proposal? We are waiting, though Executive Council of the main church met yesterday and it issued a statement. When it rejected the election held in Tigray, it said that the election was a violation of church constitution. It asked all dioceses to protest. It asked Tigrayans living in Addis Ababa to be invited to some forums, that they should condemn what happened in Tigray. And it is asking, it is saying that the synod's decision will be respected. So the Holy Synod is going to meet, I think, in coming days. Will Holy Synod go for strong measures like excommunication of Tigray archbishops, like revocation of their titles, etc.? Or will it adopt a soft approach? That remains to be seen. In case of Oromia, we saw that Tigray Orthodox, that the main church took a very strong position. It excommunicated archbishops, Abune Serios, Stotius, and Morcos, and their residences were sealed, and it refused to accept the appointment of 26 bishops back then. In the case of Tigray, so far, the main church is showing leniency, soft approach, but Synod, I think, will meet in coming days. So Synod is going to respond to this Tigray's proposal, because proposal from Abune Petros is now an official proposal. Abune Petros is part of Tigray clergy. It means that through Abune Petros, Tigray archbishops are proposing a solution. Will the main church accept the solution? I don't think so. They will not accept it. Then how will the 10 bishops appointed in Tigray be coronated, if this is the right word? Because after election does not mean that the bishops can start their work. After bishops are elected, their election is approved by the patriarch at a ceremony called Biale Shemat, I think. Biale Shemat. Biale Shemat has not been organized so far. The patriarch from Ethiopia or some other will have to approve this election. Will any patriarch, will Abune Matthias approve the election, the appointments? What about Coptic Church, Church of Alexandria, the patriarch there? So Tigray basically wants to remain part of main church, but an independent part of church with just a ceremonial patriarch. Patriarch's role would be ceremonial if Tigray's proposal is accepted. And by the way, Tigray is ready to work under Abune Matthias, because Abune Matthias is Tigrayan. But if there is a new patriarch elected who is not a Tigrayan, will Tigray Orthodox Church work under that patriarch? That we'll see, but Tigray might not work under that patriarch if he is not from Tigray in future. That was several questions. Let's see what happens. Thirdly, viewers, Eritrean Brigade Nihamadu activists are gearing up for another face-off with the Eritrean government-backed diaspora groups. In the first week of next month, a festival is due to be held in Sweden. Last year, we saw that opposition groups tried to stop this festival. This year, too, preparations underway. From Sweden is a journalist, David Isaac, who was put in prison around 2 decades ago by Eritrean ruler Isaias Afwerki. He just called for democratic reforms. He published some articles about need for democratic reforms. He published statements of a group of politicians who were speaking for democratic reforms in Eritrea around 2 decades ago. He was put in prison. I think he's still in prison. And he is a Swedish national too, I think. So in Sweden, we see protests in support of David Isaac. Opposition groups are saying that this year's struggle will be organized in the name of David Isaac. This year's struggle to stop the upcoming festival in the first week of August. And yesterday, the opposition groups, activists, they inspected the site where this festival is due to be held in Sweden. They shared a video from this site. So they are making preparations, inspecting the site, organizing themselves, asking their colleagues to arrive in Sweden. We could see similar scenes like we saw in Gießen, Germany a few days ago, where more than 20 police officers were killed when opposition groups tried to stop the festival. Festival could not be stopped, but we saw massive pressure upon Eritrean government backdrops before and after the festival, and now calls are being made to ban Gießen festival permanently in Germany.
سلام دليت فتحي نعلت 3 ورح شمونته هقدف فستيفال كايديوم اب شودن اتي ناي هقدف فستيفال زكايرلو بوتا اب شودن ابزيو ديمونستريشن زغبرلو بوتاون ابزيو 400 مترو كافتو بوتا زرحقه اتوم صطاون كابونيو ايقربوخانيوم اتي فستيفال زغبرلو اداراش كاني زنريو دلنا سغر از غولغوليو ازي غولغول بقربا خنريو خلنا خمزي يمثل عبز خاني تنداتات كتكليو خمون حايلي إلكتريك بطعم سفيح غولغوليو كمزي يمثلتي أدراش بقربا دحر بزوح عامتات بمباع الفستيفال بشودن زحلف عامتو كوالاخ الكيلو مومنت نبرو إذا عامت زيجن أفكيدو ملو مالو دو نقبل كأني نصر حلو لنا إزي مريت زي ونانيو اتختما خوينو محبريو إزي تريو ودلهم بيمان شنخ كافتي أدراش.
Lastly, viewers, the 2 Fano groups have united. Yesterday, we saw some joint patrols by these Fano groups. The 2 were based in the Amhara region. One is from Machakal, which is in East Gojam, and the other one is from Dambicha, which is in West Gojam. The 2 Fano factions united and they shared pictures of their fighters patrolling the streets jointly. They said that they are uniting because they want to work effectively for the protection of their people, Amhara people. We have seen operations by Ethiopian National Defense Force in Dambicha and Machakal Woredas this month and last month. There were clashes too, and in Dambicha, people took to the streets to support Fano fighters. People stood between Fano and Ethiopian National Defense Force, and Ethiopian National Defense Force had to retreat from some parts from Dambicha, I think, because of public pressure. So public support is there for Fano factions. The Fano factions organizing themselves, getting public support, getting financial support, getting logistical support, and Fano is realigning itself. new alliances, new platforms, new sources of funding, etc. As if Fano factions are making preparation for a long struggle, it seems. Thank you for watching.